Can you guess what movie we watched 2 days ago?
Welcome everyone to the second half of Barbenheimer.
Yep.
This is how we dress now.
Yeah.
It just really
It was pink for like 2 days, and then we were like, oh,
now
we gotta start chain smoking, and
we need to see the history in front of us. The history of the American
not only do we need to see it, but we need to live it.
Yeah. So, me, Taryn, and our friend Farron, you guys know Farron.
Yeah, she's been on the pod. I'm taking this off.
It was fun for the clip.
Gimmick is up.
We went to Regina, took a day trip to Regina to see Oppenheimer in the Imax 70mm film theater, whatever the fuck you call it.
She's learning.
I had bought us tickets like 2 days before because I knew we wanted to go see it in IMAX because I was like, I know I'm never gonna rewatch this movie, so might as well go see it in how he wanted it to be seen. So we drove to Regina, and when I bought the tickets, I was like, why is the back row like not booked up at all? And so I booked us in the back row. It was just the front row, damn smack in the middle.
Yeah. Because
it's beautifully
usually
poetic.
When you look at your screen and you're booking tickets, the screen part is at the front because you're visualizing it as if I'm looking at the screen.
Yeah.
But the IMAX one didn't do that. The screen was at the back, and it just said screen.
It isn't. Or it's like
no,
a
let's
beetle. Pause.
Bug pause. Ooh, kill him. Ooh.
It's dead now.
So that's not on you, and also, like, the guy beside us was
that
like...
was so funny.
Did you guys... Because we were talking before the movie started, and he was like, did you guys also accidentally book the front row? And we were like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I did that too.
And then...
people on Instagram, when I posted that on my story, there was, like, 2 different people that were like, yeah, we did that
really?
too. And, like, so did everyone in our row.
Well, I'm like, this older couple also came in, and they were like, this just isn't right. These are not the seats I booked. And I was like, me. Like, that's literally me. But I'm like... Do they not get so many complaints?
Literally, yeah. I'm like, how did we not
with us made the same mistake? Like, you guys,
just everyone is just too nice to be like, oh, that was my mistake. Because like, you go on the website, it's not like actually, like you didn't actually choose the back row. No, it's just like a little mixed up and it doesn't make sense. So it's like they should change it to avoid confusion, but it's also like not their fault
because they put like where the screen is.
But it just says screen. Usually there's like a line and it's like easier to see. It just says like screen. I don't know.
So it's not my fault.
No. I probably would make the same mistake.
And like I was so scared that opening shot. I was terrified. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be so distorted and this is gonna be the worst experience of my life. But then it zoomed out and I was like, okay, this is fine. Yeah. I just have to kind of turn my head to the right to see both sides.
I got used to it.
I still wouldn't do it again. But
no, I would see it in IMAX again, but I would like to. And then like halfway through the movie, I was trying to like picture what it would look like from like the back.
Literally,
I was like,
how would this work if I could see the whole screen?
But it was like I was telling my dad, I was like, well, I'm never gonna do that on purpose, so I'm glad that I did it by accident once. Just like that's it's a funny story, and also like I saw front row IMAX
Oppenheimer
70mm
Florence Pugh's boob.
Pugh? Right,
yeah, that's her name.
Right in my face.
Right in her face. Also, that, like, sex scene was hyped up so much. If you guys haven't seen it yet, like, it's fine. It's really not that graphic at all. I saw, like, tweets about it, and I was like, that really, like, was the most subtle sex scene I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if there's any sex scenes in other Nolan movies, so that might be it.
True.
Just be like, he directed a sex scene. He really did it this time, guys. Look at us matching our mics, too. I could be your angle or I could be your devil.
Angle. That's silly because it's not what the word is.
It's not as funny when you say it out loud. It's funnier when you read it.
I appreciated it.
You know what I was thinking when I was dressing up? I was like, with Barbie, it's like we're dressing up pink and it's so cute. And we're like, oh my god, like, this is me if I lived in Barbie land. And then it's so funny to think, like, this is me if I was working at Los Alamos building the atomic bomb. Like, those TikTok things, it's like...
atomic bomb.
Outfits I would wear if I was in Oppenheimer. And it's like... And then it's like, building the bomb.
Literally. It's like, you would be at home.
like in court. Ooh, this is my outfit if I was like dropping a bomb on Japanese cities.
Yes.
Ooh. Like it's kind of, I don't know.
I guess we should talk about like our thoughts on the movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
I liked it.
I did too.
I went into it being like, I don't know if I'll ever want to watch this again. I just gotta see it, you know, like, whatever. It's a Nolan movie, so I know it's gonna be good, but I might not like it, whatever. But I did actually like it. It did have the same, like, you think that you understand the movie, and then something happens, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm lost, and then you finally catch up, and then there's another thing, and then at the end you're like, okay, I think I got it. I think I understand. Just checking, this is what it means, right? Yeah. So everyone else, but it was really beautiful. Yeah. I really loved it.
No, I appreciated the film.
Yeah. I especially think like front row IMAX, the best scenes or the best shots were like showing like the explosion and the like stars and stuff. Because I was like, I'm here. I'm in it.
This is 3D.
I am curious. I still haven't looked it up, but a lot of the shots, especially the close-ups, because the movie is pretty much all like close-up shots, and then like wide landscapes, and then there's some like mediums. And I also noticed that like, I think he does this in other movies, but like when he has like a medium, it's always moving, so it's either zooming in or it's like going sideways. And I think I knew that already, but I was like, that's really cool because it's just like they're dynamic. Really cool. It's just like always moving, especially for a 3-hour movie. Yeah, because it's not like stagnant. But for the close-ups, they like went in and out of focus, and I don't know if that was just like IMAX film or like the cameras are like huge and it's hard to like do that, or if it was like an actual like intentional thing. So I have to like look that up because it kind of it was a little bit jarring sometimes.
I know. I was looking and I was like, why is his ear in focus but his eyes aren't?
Or it would like go in focus at the end of the shot, and I was like, and then I was just focusing on that, and I'm like, I need to be paying attention to all these white men names. What's happening?
Literally, no. Okay, that was like the hardest part for me. First off, I don't think I've seen a Christopher Nolan movie before.
You've seen Dark Knight.
Okay. Is that it?
Have you seen Inception?
No.
Interstellar?
No.
And then probably not.
Okay. So I've seen the biggest
ones. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that. Well,
which is it's like a superhero, so it's kind of different from his other movies.
But so I didn't really know what his repertoire was. Like, I don't know if I've like enjoyed his movies in the past or not because I haven't seen them. But like, yeah, it was a really good movie, and like obviously the acting was really good, and the actors were like freaking star-studded cast.
Yeah, like
every 2 seconds I'd be like, where the fuck's that guy from?
What's this casting budget?
But I feel I would have liked to know more of the names beforehand. Like to have just read a brief overview and being like, this was the president of this at the time. This is who was.
It was like there was like 3 different presidents.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie.
No, I could not keep up with that.
And I like recognized the names, but it still was like hard to. It was like Eisenhower, Truman, and Hoover. Was that a president?
It was John F. Kennedy too.
Well, that was like there's a guy in the cabinet or the Senate or whatever who. But it's not spoilers. This actually happened.
Yeah, this is just you can't spoil the movie.
But at the end, they're like, "Oh, some hotshot young cabinet guy voted you out, or whatever. Name's Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, or whatever, John F. Kennedy.
Whichever one was
whichever
first.
one is whatever."
Also, who's Strauss? I don't know.
Strauss is, so he was just like a cabinet or Congress member or something. He was like a part of like a board or whatever that like oversaw the like atomic
creation or something.
Yeah, or like just like the what's it called, like the just the like the people, the organization like doing it, I think. Okay, this is what I got from one Wikipedia.
Okay, word.
But he like oversaw it, so then he was like involved with Oppenheimer a lot, but oh, I'm trying to like explain the movie to you, but like not spoil it. But it's also like it happened, but I also don't want to like, I don't know. Go watch it.
But basically, there was a new character every 5 minutes. Yeah. And they were all white men in their 30s or 40s.
And it was also, like, because it was star-studded, it made it a little bit easier to remember who was who, because you're like, oh, Rami Malek, I remember this character. But also, it's like, you see a new character like Devin Bostick, whatever, and I'm like, oh, I have to remember who this is. But then they're on screen for 2 seconds, and I'm like, I actually didn't. Like, this is just a character that has a name but isn't integral to the plot. But, like, because I know who that is, I'm like, oh, there's so many people I have to remember.
Genuinely. That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
But no, I would recommend seeing it. I just wish I knew a bit more about what was happening. Because if I knew all these names before, I'd be like, oh, right, this is who this is. Okay.
We just never, like, learned about it, which is...
Yeah, weird. It's also crazy. This is the only time, like, nukes have been used, like, in war.
Really?
Yeah. It was on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
I didn't even know that.
No, I just saw that, and I was like, the only times? So America's in for something sometime soon.
No, I was watching it, and I was like, I'm just so, like, how did America do that? And how did America win the space race?
Yeah.
I'm like, they can't, why did they win everything?
At the cost of indigenous and black people.
Right. Forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Forgot about the part where they bombed Japan and, like, ruined.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I also, I didn't know much about any part of that. But I didn't know, like, when the bomb went off, I was like, cool, movie's over.
Yeah.
They did it. This. And then I didn't realize, like, that was the end of World War II, but the beginning of the Cold War.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what they were saying. It was like, this is the start of Cold War with Russia. And I was like, I know that.
And that's when the space race started?
Space race was in the 60s, so it was, like, after.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, the Cold War was...
So Cold War was just, like, hostility between the two, and they were just waiting for someone to do something.
Yeah, pretty much. The girls were fighting.
The girls were were spreading rumors.
And then there was, like, the Red Scare.
Yeah.
Or there's, like, 2 or something.
No, I, like, also can't keep up with, like, who likes communism, who doesn't.
Yeah.
When
is it good in the movie and when is it bad? And then they were like, there's... So... I don't know enough about history, and I can't...
Because we were taught the Canadian side, and, like, more European, German stuff. But basically that's insane, and it's very, like, seeing it, after reading that was the only time nukes have been used, and then there's, like the Russia-Ukrainian war, and, like, I was like, oh my god, the world's gonna end soon. Everyone's gonna be talking about this. It's gonna give people ideas.
Literally.
But that's just me being scared of everything. Yeah. So we'll see.
Also, like, knock on wood, I don't want to end the world with this statement.
Yeah.
But every time something, like, bad happens, or every time we think something bad's gonna happen, it's never, like, actually as bad as we think. Like, the pandemic was bad. That's one, like... But remember, right before the pandemic, everyone was like, World War III is gonna happen. Yeah. And everyone was so scared. And then the pandemic was actual bad thing. I won't downplay that. But I just feel like unless I'm just, like, sheltered, but I feel like just in terms of, like, North America being scared that bad things are gonna happen to us, it, like, is always just fear-mongering, and it never actually...
I guess, yeah. Well, then you also have to remember that, like, the U.S. has, like, the highest, like, GDP in the world, and, like, they're powerful people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But, like, monkeypox, everyone was so scared of that. That never happened.
I just saw another Apple News story that was, like, some, like, brain virus is spreading in Nova Scotia, and I was like...
Yeah, there was one in oysters, and my dad was like, you went for oysters? You're gonna get brain-eating bacteria.
Like, parasites.
Worth it. I don't know what to tell you.
It was tasty.
I just had 6 oysters for $50. I'm on cloud 9 right now.
5 hours of work went into eating those 6 oysters, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Do you have anything else to say about Oppie?
Oppie? I love that nickname.
People are saying, like, Oppenheimer. And I'm like, you clearly
They said Oppie in the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you clearly haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah.
Right, because I was like, wait, are we saying it wrong? And then, no, we watched the movie, so you're wrong. Me getting dressed up for this episode, Oppenheimer style.
She's been holding that one in. She needs the right audience.
I've told that to 3 different audiences.
And you guys let us know. Rate it out of 10. Would you steal that joke?
Do you get it? I got dressed up to watch Oppenheimer. I got dressed up to watch the new Christopher Nolan movie. Call that Oppenheimer style. Hey. It's like Gangnam Style. You get it? Oppenheimer style. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. What else? Did we do anything else in Regina? We went to Leopold's.
My dad was like, you can't go in there.
And no, I was thinking that when we were in there, and I was like, it's like 6 p.m. It's fine.
Yeah. And also, like, maybe they just thought we were of age.
Yeah. Like, we weren't actual babies.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
And we weren't drinking, so they were like, whatever.
They have no reason to be mad at us. Also, our server was probably 20, so she doesn't care. But I really hate Regina. I'm so sorry. That was the worst vibes driving in that city. What is with the speed limits?
Yeah. I've never seen a 30 construction zone 30 that lasts for less than a block, too.
Yeah. That was also insane.
And the freeways are 70, but then they go to 100, and then they go to 80, and then they go to 60, and then they go to 50, and then they go to 30, and then they go to 50.
There's a new speed limit sign every 2 minutes.
We were just like,
at most. We
were just pointing and screaming and at like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, no. 110 to 70 to 50 to 100 to 70 again to 50 to 30 in construction zones.
Yeah. And their high schools still have 30.
Yeah.
Are still 30 zones, which is stupid and dumb. So if you're from Regina, sorry, you're stupid and dumb. Leave. You'll be less stupid and dumb.
Sorry, you're stupid and dumb.
Your city's stupid and dumb. Has a good IMAX theater, though.
I will give you that.
And they have that's a perfect size of popcorn. That's like the size that the Roxy has. Mm-hmm. And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't have Dr. Pepper. So.
No, that was so weird how no one checked our tickets, but also, like, if you would know if you were in the wrong seat, like, then they know you don't.
Yeah, they're probably like, well, there's so many people coming, and every seat is booked, so you're not going to, like, steal a seat.
Yeah.
So it's just on you.
That was also funny how there was, like, grandparents and their 8-year-old grandkid, and then right after the sex scene happened, they left. But I didn't realize it was an R-rated movie.
Oh.
Like, strictly because of the sex scene.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, like, bomb talk
violence, but it wasn't super, like, gory. Yeah.
No. But I was like, that's so funny. Why would you bring your 8-year-old kid to an R-rated movie?
Yeah.
Just funny, because also, like, you left after 20 minutes.
Literally. Like,
you, like,
it's a 3-hour movie. Yeah. You're not gonna, like...
Yeah. Oh, guys, I did fall asleep. and, like, okay, this is a problem I know I've had. I have a very short attention span, and, like, borderline narcoleptic. I should probably see someone about that. But we're, like, I made sure to have a coffee beforehand. It was like 45 minutes in, and I like blinked, and I was like, fuck. I was like, oh my god, like reposition, like posture check. But you also have to lean back. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm like relaxed though. So I was just like dozing off. And every time I'd think about like staying awake, I would like, I was asleep during that. So it was maybe 10 minutes. After the 1 hour mark, I was asleep.
Yeah, I don't think it was for very long.
Yeah, because I also had to like stay alert and make sure I wasn't leaning on the guy beside me, which I didn't do. So, but after that, it was out of my system and I was wide awake.
Literally, so, you just gotta get it. You just gotta have a quick 10-minute power nap.
Just get on out of there. Yeah. And I was also so brave, and I didn't look at my phone to check the time until the 2 hour mark. And Farron also said she checked her phone then too.
I didn't look at my phone at all.
And that is something to be proud of, genuinely.
And I also didn't pee the whole day.
Yeah, that is concerning in so many ways.
Well, it was like on the way back, and I was like, oh, yeah. Forgot that I have to pee.
Nature's calling. But, about Regina, more about Regina. It was Winnipeg Street, if you've been to Regina, that we were driving down to just go straight to the Imax. And it was like, I felt so anxious and scared, and it was just a residential street. I was like, there's so much construction. I can't. It was like when we were in the States and I like couldn't see like trees or anything on the horizon. Yeah. Like it was just like flat, and I could not see anything around me. I was like, I feel like
we're like in the lake.
Yeah, the Wascana Pond or whatever. That it's like the reservoir.
Dude, drain that thing and start over.
Ugliest thing ever. Gross. It's a slough.
Literally.
And that's what the university's on.
Like, their skyline, I will give you this. True. Their skyline is kind of pretty because it's like nothing and then their skyline. Like, here, I feel like you're just, like, in the city.
We just really don't have tall buildings.
No. But even, like, their buildings weren't that tall. It's just, like, the way the city's set up. There's, like, the lake or whatever, and then you can see it over there. But our river isn't that wide, and there's tall buildings on either side. So, like, you're not going to see that, like, in the distance.
You can go on one of the north or south bridges and see it.
I guess, yeah.
But they are kind of linear. So, like...
Yeah, like, it's not... I don't know, you just don't have, like, the flat and then, like, the skyline. So I was like, this is nice. It was also smoky, which just makes it look more cinematic. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But that doesn't make up for anything.
Like, the grossness of it all. So why was the Leopold's, like, in a gas station parking lot? Couldn't have had a better day on the town.
Literally. I don't think you could have any more fun in that city.
Yeah. Okay, Kieran told me this. He was like, every tree in Regina is planted by a man. Like, by humans. None of them were there before. But I was like, how many in Saskatoon were there before? Yeah. I get some on, like, the river...
Yeah, but then they probably got rid of all of those.
And started again.
And just, like, planted them other places.
Because, like...
it's, like...
But also at, like, Poplar Bluffs, there's trees. So there's something.
But that's outside of city limits.
I know, but the city wasn't always there.
Oh, yeah, right. So it probably always looked like that.
Yeah.
I guess, it was probably just, like, rocky, like, wetlands or something. Whatever the...
Like, imagine... It feels like a set. It kind of feels like a set. Like it's put there for a movie and it's gonna be abandoned in 10 years.
Yeah, they built it and it's like they built it like 4 years ago. The movie flopped. Literally. No one lives there anymore.
And now there's like a community of people who are stranded and can't get out. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have family in Regina, but like
leave.
Like, come on. And I'm like so grateful for my parents settled down here.
Literally.
Oh, another thing about Oppenheimer was I've been seeing posts being like, with this movie coming out, remember that the U.S. government kicked out indigenous people in like New Mexico or whatever, and I was like, I didn't know that.
I also saw something that like they tested bombs on like indigenous like that, but like I think other places or something, and there's like still uranium leaks.
Oh, that
like to this day.
Yeah. Oh my god. I remember watching like a Vox video or something that was like, there's this river in the States that's just like poisonous, but it's still like, but it's still like a water source for the reservations nearby. Okay. You're making fun of my outfit. Don't make fun of my outfit. Okay.
Need a cigar. That's the sound of that's what smoking a cigar sounds like.
What I missed, I heard you mumbling.
I was laughing. I was making myself laugh because I was doing an impression of what smoking a cigar sounds like.
I just do IT support. But yeah, okay, there's this river in like New Mexico, Arizona area. It's like feeds the Navajo reservation, I think. But there's like mercury and stuff in it. Right. Yeah, it definitely is from that because I'm like, I can see like Los Alamos like printed across it. But yeah, so that's just still poisoning people. I should find out what river it is. What did you say, uranium?
I think so. That's just what I saw.
Making.
Yeah, uranium and plutonium or whatever.
We have uranium mines up north.
I know. I was like, maybe we'll get a shout out in this movie. But then I was like, oh, maybe it's better that we weren't complicit in the building of the atomic bomb.
Yeah, I think that's...
No, we probably were, but...
Navajo.
I can't believe no major U.S. cities have been bombed.
Like, yeah. It is pretty crazy. It's like we got big talk over here.
Literally. Like, do you think they'd, like, deserve it by now? Like, not saying they deserve it, but why do other countries...
They do, poke the bear, if you will.
Yeah.
I hate Washington Post and New York Times. Like, just let me read it, and I'll
Literally.
get out of your hair. Okay, I can't figure it out, but well, yes, there is uranium contamination in the Navajo reservation. Which is fucked up! But I'm not surprised.
No, it is crazy how, like, yeah, something like that happens and you're like, okay, so there's, like, the after effects for, like, Japan, and then there's after effects for indigenous communities in the U.S., and then, like, Russia, people in Russia, because there's, like, a Cold War happening, so then they have to be afraid of, like, the U.S. doing this, and then Germany, because they're coming off the World War, and blah, 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 blah. I literally don't learn about, like, we just, like, never learned about anything that wasn't Britain or...
Well, it's also, like, they can't teach us everything.
No.
So it makes sense.
But I just want to know if, like, other countries learn about the U.S.
Yeah. I don't think so. Unless they had a direct conflict with them.
Yeah.
Like, is there school in Russia? Do they teach them?
You guys got school there?
Yeah.
I just don't know anything about anything.
No. That's why Wikipedia exists.
Yeah.
And we have to educate yourself. And you take a gap year and you watch so many YouTube videos. I deleted YouTube.
Really?
I had gone on YouTube Shorts way too many times. It's just such a dangerous place.
It's so fun.
And, like, my recommended is nothing interesting to me at all. It's just, like, videos. It's either just commentary videos, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to start hating on everything that exists ever.
No.
Or it's, like, Kian and JC videos from 2018. And I'm like, I can't rewatch this again.
That is funny. My YouTube recommended is not great.
I need to just start watching, like, actual, like, movies and TV shows.
Well, that's the thing is I do. So, like, it's not really a problem for me. It's like, I go on YouTube, I'm like, oh, this is boring. Let me go watch a movie.
Exactly.
I did have more to say about the Barbie movie.
Okay.
A little bit.
Well, this is not the episode. You should have said it last time.
I know, but I've just been seeing stuff on people's takes. But also, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I was looking at it this morning, we have collected 24 states.
Oh,
24 out of 50 states.
Can you remember all 24 of them?
Number one's California.
Like, with the most listeners?
Most listeners. It's like 50% or something.
That's...
60%.
Like, no. They don't live there. Who lives in LA? Like Emma Chamberlain. That's all her.
Yeah. Thank you, Emma. It was California, Maryland. Those are the first two, and then there was
actually have to list all 24.
Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, Connecticut, all those ones.
Boston,
Hawaii, baby. No Alaska though.
Oh, we were also making jokes about Regina, like, not getting radioed in, that school zones aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah, like, literally.
Like, they have to...
Just hasn't been radioed in.
A horse and buggy has to bring news to that.
What's it called? The telegram?
Oh.
When, like, a person comes to the government building and they're like, hey, Premier, whatever the fuck his name is. Which one?
Mayor.
Yeah, but doesn't the Premier live there?
Does he?
It's the capital of Saskatchewan.
I thought you could just choose.
I guess so. Like, Trudeau lives in Ottawa.
What is Scott Moe's address? It's so funny that is...
FBI comes to your house.
What, residence?
Where does this freak live?
Shellbrook, Saskatchewan?
That's by Regina, isn't it?
What would we do without internet?
We probably just have the same exact conversation.
126. Nope, not near Regina at all. It is. Okay.
I thought it was like
near Prince Albert.
Okay.
That's so interesting.
I thought it was like a country thing where you have to move to Ottawa and live in big house.
Yeah.
Probably used to be like that, and they're like,
big house.
This is not that serious. It's Saskatchewan.
We have phones now.
Go back home. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Barbie comment.
So, okay. I'm going on TikTok more, which is not fun, but it is kind of fun. Because that algorithm's just so good. But I liked, like, one Barbie post, and then it was just all Barbie stuff. And it's just videos with walls of text talking about the Barbie movie with the Billie Eilish song. Oh, yeah. So I literally have to turn down my volume because I'm like, I'm going to get sick of this song, and I'm going to be so pissed off. But some of the takes are interesting. And I'm interested about seeing from all perspectives when it comes to these things, right? Both movies, too. Because I'm like, Christopher Nolan literally hates women and kills off women all the time and doesn't know how to write women. But also, like, Emily Blunt was pretty good. And then people are like, okay, but it's about Oppenheimer. It's not about Florence Pugh. And I'm like, yeah, but he's never made a movie, well, besides, like, Interstellar, that, like, has
a female lead
female role, like, at all. That's important. But then whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then, okay, so for Barbie, it's kind of divided. Like, I see people obviously being like, this is so beautiful, this is so like I love being a woman, or like talking about like girlhood and blah blah blah, but then also people being like, well, men are like, it's anti-men, which I'm not seeing that, but I'm aware of it. Men are like, this is anti-men, like there's like, what if the roles are reversed? I'll get back to that because oh my god, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But then there's other people being like, I'm happy that it was anti-men, and then there's other people, including me, who are like, it's not, though.
Yeah.
Like, at all. Like, it's not anti-men because it's, like, just reversing the roles. Mm-hmm. So, like, the world is anti-woman, so, like, this is not crazy news. No. But it's also not anti-men because they're so generous at the end. They're so, like, nice and forgiving.
Exactly.
For, like, they don't have to be, and they just are. And it's probably because it's, like, big studio Warner Brothers movie, and it's Mattel, like, they had to sign off on it, so it's, like, you know, they want to, like, keep everyone happy, but this is what I wanted to say when I was bringing up Promising Young Woman, before, that I forgot to say, and then I kind of just, like, didn't make a point. But, okay, this is kind of a spoiler alert, but, like, not really. Spoiler, skip ahead, like, a minute or something. So the plot of the movie, I didn't look this up, I'm just, like, remembering it, so I hope it's right. Okay. But she's, like, getting revenge for her friend who, I can't remember if she was raped and killed by this guy, or if she was raped and then, like, killed herself because of it. She was dead.
Okay.
And then she was raped by this guy. So it's, like, it's the main character, I can't remember the actress' name, whatever. And she's like getting revenge on men.
Yeah.
Who, and like not killing them, but just like scaring them, and like she like seduces them, and then she like scares them into like not being creepy. Like she'll go to bars, and if a guy's being creepy, she'll like intimidate him, whatever.
Okay.
So then at the end, the big thing is that like she goes for the guy who raped her friend to get revenge on him.
Okay.
But the resolution of it is that he kills her and then gets arrested for it.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
How is that a happy ending?
It's not. That's the thing. It's like directed by a woman.
To be?
Yeah, it's like supposed to be like her final revenge is that like Bo Burnham's in it, by the way. Is that like she like he kills her, but then, like, from beyond the grave, she had this whole plan that, like, if things went bad, like, this is that he kills her in the end, but then, like, she's dead, and he thinks that, like, you know, he got rid of it, whatever, but then he gets arrested, like, at his wedding or whatever. But how is that a happy ending? That's not what I want to see. A full movie of her, like, beating up or, like, intimidating these men for being creepy, and then at the end, like, I said this in my Letterboxd review, but, like, you're just putting the problem back into the system that let these men get away with this.
Yeah.
Like, calling the cops is not doing anything. Do you see the Kevin Spacey thing? How he was, like, all 9 charges were dropped? Like, everyone in the industry knows that he's a creep. So, like, there's... And 9 people? Same thing with the Rex Orange County thing. 9 people? Like, the law is not... I don't understand how a woman could write and direct that and be like, yeah, the ending is going to be, like, cops get him. He's going to jail. I'm like, yeah. First of all, don't know he's going to jail. Also, like, she should have murdered him. Because the whole thing is, like, revenge on her friend who is dead. That pissed me off so bad. So, it's not exactly the same as Barbie.
No, I don't think it is.
But it just, like, reminds me of it where, like, that feeling I was talking about where, like, it feels like it's made for men or it's made to be, like, to not upset men.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not entirely for women because it's, like, well, in the end, ideally, you get revenge for, like, what... I mean, in the Barbie movie, the Kens aren't, like, actually, like, being the worst to the Barbies. They're just kind of, like... You know, they took them away from their careers and they're, like, you know, forced to do stuff for them. But it's, like, not the worst. It's not comparable to real life. But in the end, they're just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, and Barbie apologizes to Ken and then it's just all fine.
Well, I think it's more like, because of what Ryan Gosling being like Ken and him being like, no one lets me beach or whatever, like no one lets me just like be myself, but like he's still obsessed with Barbie, you know. And then when he sees that like he can be praised and like still have Barbie, he's like woohoo, but then Barbie's like it's like, I'm sorry, that's not how this is gonna work. Like you need to find yourself. So I think like she is still like, neither of these systems are like perfect. You have to be yourself.
That is true. The message of the Barbie movie is way more... It's, like, the allegory that it's for in real life, like, the real life components to that is, like, way more messed up than the actual movie. So, like, the message of the movie is good. It's just, like, it's crazy that men are, like, this is anti-men, when I'm like, you could have gone so much harder. They could have done so much more to make it even.
Like, a very...
It's for children,
Like, it is for children. Yeah. At the end of the day, remember that it's not for us. But and we're like reading so much into it, but it's valid, I think.
Yeah. It's specifically people being like, well, if the roles were reversed, like, first of all, like, they did reverse the roles in the movie. That's the whole plot of the movie. Life, so pay attention. Wake up. Watch the movie again. And also, like, the roles are reversed in real life. So I don't know what to tell you.
Nah, it's like, I saw an Instagram reel being like, you saw a Barbie with your guy friend, and it's like, it was good. I just want to say one thing. It's like, literally. And I was like, I didn't see it with a guy friend, but I would imagine that's what the reaction would be.
Yeah. We don't have many guy friends anymore because of that.
But Carson liked it. Yes. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But no, I want to watch it again now.
Me too.
You made me want to watch it again.
Me too.
And I am Team Barbie at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Just because it's like an original story and stuff. Obviously, it's like it's not picture perfect.
Yeah.
And neither is Oppie. But yeah, I just because like it is fun how going to see Barbie, it was like everyone's dressed up and wearing pink and going out with their girls and having such a good time. But then Oppenheimer was like, you have to see it in IMAX, like how it was meant to be seen.
Yeah,
like they both had their own like experience to it,
and that's like so,
which is fun.
Which I think is like one of the reasons why like Barbenheimer was such like a big thing, was like these are two important theater experiences that you can only get at theaters, which is very beautiful, especially because like I thought that theaters were gonna be obsolete a year and a half ago, and then Top Gun, and then these, and I'm like, thank God,
let's keep it going,
because I'm losing everything else that I like, and I don't have access to movie stores or drive-in movies or any of those things.
Can't believe we didn't go see a drive-in.
I know, there's just like none nearby, and the one nearby is like closed indefinitely because they can't get the part and they don't make enough money.
Really?
Yeah. The
Manatee one?
Yeah. Makes me so sad.
I mean, yeah, because it's also like an hour away from any town, so people aren't gonna make that drive because no one wants to drive an hour back at 11 p.m.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know. You have to, like, have your car running the whole time.
Yeah, because you have to have the radio.
Yeah. So, like, that's not... Gas is so expensive. No one's going to do that. So it makes sense. But I'm like, what? We got to figure out a different way to do this.
Yeah. Didn't there used to be, like, a speaker you hooked on your window? Your side window?
I don't know. That would make more sense.
Or they just had speakers and you, like, rolled down your window and you listen to it. It should
just... Yeah. They should have, like... You have a speaker and you turn it to a certain frequency and you can listen to it in your car. This makes me so... I was born in the wrong generation.
That was not a sentence. I was born in the wrong... She was born in the wrong generation, you guys. But no, it is, like, scary how just everything is just...
online and AI.
Changing.
I don't care about AI. I don't care. I miss when AI was just a movie by Steven Spielberg. I think he directed that one. With Haley Joel Osment.
Oh my god. I miss when it was just, like, futuristic.
Yeah.
I've been like, we would have robots to do everything. Who wants that?
No. I was thinking about that. I was like, robots have, like, the idea of robots in, like, science fiction have existed for so long. Mm-hmm. And I'm like... And we've been trying to, like, make robots or whatever for so long. And, like, now it's, like, real. And I'm like, I don't want it to be real.
No.
I want it to just be in scary movies.
Because, like, genuinely... Like, Americans, probably. But genuinely, who wants this? Just like, what are you gonna do? Guys, the robots are taking over. But they are. And, like, I am the first person to ever make this point. Yeah. What are we gonna do when robots do everything? Because sorry. When I went to Save on Foods with Farron before our camping trip, mm-hmm. and both of us, like, we just split what we were buying. We both went to self-checkout, and then there's 3 other people at the other self-checkouts, and the voices were in sync, all 5 of them, being like, please enter your number of bags. Please type in your card payment. And I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Literally.
But also, I always just go to self-checkout because I have, like, one thing. Now I want to wait in line. But if I have, like, more than 6 things, I'll go to a person. Yeah, or, like,
fruit.
If I have, like, a basket, I'm going to go to a person. But I'm just like, it's actually, like, so embarrassing. And, like, Value Village is now all but one, like, self-checkout. Like,
and it's like, because then I'm also like, well, I don't have to, like, talk to a person and, like, embarrass myself. But then I'm like, that's just what it's...
how society has worked for 100 years.
And it's like, and that's just, like, how it's going to be now.
Yep.
Is, like, I'm just going to lose all my social skills, all very little social skills that I already have. And, like, new generations are going to have no social skills because mm-hmm. they're not seeing people in public. Yeah. So I have to, like, make a point about, like, I have to step outside my comfort zone because I can't let myself fall into this trap. But what was I going to say about AI and robots? Oh, well, like, I mean, AI and robots could be a good thing in a utopian society where we use them specifically to do labor so that people don't have to work, like, to make money.
Can we have robots, like, mine and, like, do the dangerous stuff?
Do the dangerous stuff, and then those people, like, ideally it's like everyone has, like, a median salary income so that everyone can just, like, survive. And then, like, if you want more or you want to, like, contribute to society, then you can, like, do, like, a more important job or whatever. But, like, AI taking away jobs doesn't help because there's already not enough jobs for people, and there's homeless people, and, like, no one's getting paid enough anyways. Why? Like, you're not paying people enough anyways. Why are you gonna just get rid of the
jobs completely? No,
the rich get richer,
people get poorer, middle class disappears.
Yeah, I love how we're, like, just getting into the workforce and and school and everything, and just everything is bad, and
the climate change. We have to move out
soon, and housing prices are so high,
and ocean temperatures are, like, 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
And gas is so expensive, and food is so expensive, and we're all gonna die.
It's awesome because about like a median income, like, everyone gets, like, a living wage. I actually can't fathom how that would work.
No.
Because also people need to do something with themselves. So people need jobs. And, like, we all are a community. We have to help work together or else we can't.
I mean, I don't think we, like, if we just had, like, a society that, like, paid people enough and didn't discriminate on work and, like,
Yeah, like discriminate on the jobs that we need, like service workers and housekeepers,
and like so then everyone could get a job and like they're doing something but they're also getting paid enough to like live. Yeah. That would work, but I'm saying like just with AI, like if you displace all those jobs, then like actually no one has money unless you have like a setup, like a median. True. Like okay, I see what you mean. I see. But I would love for that to not have to happen because the jobs just like made sense and they just like let people live, make money, and survive. I should be prime minister probably.
I think we together
tag team prime minister. Yeah, not like that.
First ever prime minister.
Yeah, I was gonna say first ever women.
Second and third.
First ever 2 women prime ministers.
Was the female prime minister wasn't elected, right? She was just she was interim or whatever.
Yeah.
But so we'd be the first elected.
And we will be. No, I'm still counting on Arnica doing that.
So true.
Even though she's not going into politics at all.
We'll be 3rd and 4th.
We can be VPs. We can be double VPs.
Double VPs.
VPMs.
We'll be her assistants.
We'll dress like this.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to like stop my audio to show you this video, but I'm not one to like laugh at like baby videos and stuff. Like I'm just now starting to find babies and like small animal videos like funny. But I saw this video on Instagram Reels yesterday of this baby and I was actually wheezing. I have to show it to you.
I think I've only ever like laughed at like the chalk video. My cousin. It's a big picture of my cousin on your phone. I'll do this. You can hear us both.
I have to let it restart.
Tell me. What do you know? Oh. That's fake. That's fake.
But just the cry, how there's nothing there.
It's like a dinosaur noise. I've literally seen that video. That was so funny.
You have seen it?
Yeah, I definitely laughed.
Actually wheezing. Because
it's just like so stupid looking. It's so like why is it so expressive? Small. You were just born.
No, he's literally like can't hold his head up yet. It's so.
It's also I love the way that she's like that's fake.
Like stop it, and he's like he understands. It's so funny. It was so funny.
Doing that.
And how you can like when babies are about to start crying they like make a face first and then there's like a 2-second delay before a sound comes. Oh my god, that thing is so
I'm gonna have a kid to point and laugh at it.
Be like stop it,
stop.
Oh my god, sorry, I was literally like rolling around in my bed last night watching that. It's probably like a year and a half old, and I saw it on Instagram Reels for the first time.
I mean, probably.
Oh my god!
I saw it on Instagram Reels. So.
Ice Spice's song "Deli," I thought it just came out, but then an Instagram Reel with the audio.
I think it was leaked a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Or like she.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
But I was like actually so scared because I saw the video and then I went on Reels and it was like the first thing, someone dancing to it, and I was like, we're getting faster.
It was either like a demo or she like released like a clip for TikTok and then because I saw something that was like I bet she's gonna name this song Deli like from before
I see
like,
I see Is that you whining in my bed? And just those eyes like soulless.
I really can't believe those things are like real.
Yeah.
That's what like baby versions of us look like.
I was actually such an ugly baby. It was like insane.
I was like, I don't know if it's just because I can't like picture myself from like a third perspective, but I'm like, I just look like a baby. Like if you just like think of a baby, that's exactly what I looked like.
I had
didn't look like either my
no
parents.
hair for like a month or something, and when it grew, it was blonde. so I just looked like I had no hair. And I have these things are terrifying in like direct light. So they were literally like white, and I was just like not a cute kid, and I am very like pale skinned and like veiny. So I just looked like purple, and I was like, ugh. I looked newborn till I was like 7 months old. Anyways,
it's funny because my sibling was born immediately toddler. Like looked like that for 10 years.
Like stood up.
Was also almost 10 pounds. Yeah,
that is insane.
I just think I looked like the absolute like most regular baby and toddler.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like you just think of like, oh, baby. That's me.
No, because I see a baby picture of you and I'm like,
who is that?
Like it is Taryn, but
like I guess. But when did I start looking like
that's
me?
That's Kirsten Dunst. You can tell me that.
You could say that's anyone.
Oh.
I didn't start looking like either of my parents for like a while, and I still don't look like very much like them.
Not as much as your sibling.
No.
No. That's crazy.
Well, as we get older, she looks more like my mom, and I look more like my dad.
Yeah, as it goes.
Yeah,
unfortunately. So. Firstborn things.
Just firstborn things. Gotta look like your dad. There were nights when the wind was like
when this episode comes out, you have seen Fall Out Boy.
Mm-hmm. And we will be
starting our journey.
Yeah. We'll be. When are we leaving in the morning? Like early?
Early. Oh, just so we can have like time to hang out in Grasslands.
Yeah. So we'll probably be in Grasslands when this episode comes out. Which is crazy because that's in like 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will have seen Fall Out Boy. I'm actually like so excited and nervous to see what the Magic 8 Ball song is. Like, I'm so nervous. I've been getting my sibling to well, I've been doing this for like years, but I like give them my phone and I'm like shuffle my Fall Out Boy playlist and I have to guess from like the first second or whatever.
Me with One Direction on an average Tuesday.
Yeah, okay, fuck. literally. The thing is, with Fall Out Boy, their old music, it's never in the title, so I like actually have to like remember. So I have like naming systems. I have to like come up with little
making you work for it.
But I'm getting better. Still not 100%, but I'm getting better.
Yep.
It's only been 8 years.
I was gonna say, guys, recommend us snacks for the road. Good camping meals and snacks.
I'm like genuinely prepared to just have like to just get a bunch of buns and then just have like lettuce, cheese, meat sandwiches,
every single
butter,
day for every
salt,
meal.
pepper, every single day.
Yeah.
Like I'm genuinely.
That's okay. And like a granola bar.
Literally.
I was gonna say, do you like oatmeal?
Sometimes. That's another thing. Like I said with Larabars, same with like Greek yogurt. I will like really like it for like 2 weeks and I'll eat it every day and then I'll be like, I'm gonna throw up.
Well, program yourself for this to be the 2 weeks.
Also, like if we're on a camping trip and I'm like, wow, I'm so hungry and I've been doing things and I need to eat. But if I'm just around my house,
I'm not gonna eat fucking yogurt, dude. I'm not a nerd.
But also like, oatmeal with like brown sugar. Yeah.
I'm down. You know how you have to plan jokes in your head. You'd be like, hey, what situation? What can I post on my Instagram story that'd be funny in this place? Yada yada yada. I was just thinking about like how if we buy a box of one granola bar and we just like survive on that for 2 weeks. And I was just thinking about me driving me like I'm hungry and then the Cody Code That's Cringe thing. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. No, walnut salad. Except the walnut salad's like a Nature Valley bar, and I'm gonna.
It's like me spoon feeding you like the crumbs from a Nature Valley.
We can't stop for 6 more hours.
Or like we can throw away our garbage at each campsite, but like on the road we can't like stop and eat, so it's just granola bars. So like the back of the van is just heaping piles of like used granola bar wrappers, the same kind,
plastic water bottles.
Like
it's gonna be gnarly, and I'm so excited.
It is gonna be gnarly. I'm like showering. I'm like, gotta keep it in.
There's like a 3-day period where that's up to us to figure it out. It's gonna be in the lake.
That's okay.
As long as we can rinse off. Mm-hmm. It's literally gonna be 36 degrees everywhere.
Which I'm like, that's better than it being cold and rainy the whole time.
Yeah.
But like we have to find
like,
a body of water.
Fires, please. Keep at bay.
Yeah, just like stay away from us. You can like happen to other people. Kidding.
Yeah, apologize.
I'm sorry.
I've
Second apology in this episode.
Monster.
Thing is, I was gonna see if like my mom had homemade buns or if she wanted to make some, but she's like really busy for the next 2 weeks. But maybe I could do it.
Maybe if I put my you also have so much shit to do in the next week.
Maybe I can get my dad to do it. He also has stuff to do.
Treat ourselves to like Christie's or something.
True. Well, we could also get like, I'm sure there's like Sobeys.
I would fuck up like buns. Sobeys dinner rolls.
I'm just saying like the only time I've had like delicious sandwiches are like homemade stuff. But no, I just don't want like burger bun ones. I want like bakery buns. We can get like 3 dozen. And that'll last like 4 days. Yeah.
No, it's the thing. We can't even stock up that much because they're going to go bad after like 4 days. Especially when they're cooking in a hot pan.
Yeah. Which is kind of like, it might be good because we can just like get food that'll last us till like the next time we can go shopping. Yeah. And then we won't have to get ice that much.
When we are at Flathead Lake, there's like a little town right by our campsite, and it has like 2 coffee shops and a grocery store and stuff.
Aww.
It's called Lakeside. Which, like, yeah, you are Lakeside. You tell them, girl.
You tell. I'm just so excited to just walk around and go to diners and
dive into water. I want to do it so bad. Yay! And then I go to school, so we don't have to think about that yet. Yeah. But this is gonna be.
And then I have to get a big girl job.
Oh.
Which is fun.
She has to get a work schedule. She has to get 7 shifts.
I want a work schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can take working from home and not knowing when I'm working and not having money. Mm-hmm. But I can't get a job right now because I'm literally going to be gone for like 3 weeks. So I just have to ride out on whatever money I have left and then
start from zero.
Yeah. Which is funny. Yeah. I literally like ending my gap year at net zero money pretty much.
That's okay.
It's fine, because I'm taking another one.
Do you have an obsession of the week?
It is still It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I started playing.
So fun.
It won't go away. I thought it would go away because like the new season is over and the podcast is on hold. So like no new stuff is coming out, but it's still there. And I started showing episodes to my sibling and to my dad. My dad came upstairs when I was watching, and he was like, It's Always Sunny, right? And I was like,
yes, Papa.
So I'm just like rewatching it. I have a huge note on my phone where I just write down every time I watch an episode to see what's like my most watched episode. It's like actually delusional on me. But since I don't want to just say that, because that's embarrassing and I've already said it so many times, I will say my dad bought Rice Krispie treats. Just the little like bar ones. Oh, gone immediately. Me and my sibling ate those things up.
So good.
Like 4 days. There was a cupboard full of them. They're gone now. So good. We can bring them on a trip.
Okay.
My dad, that's why he bought them. He bought them to bring them out to the lake. So you took like half of them, bring them out to the lake, and you make like s'mores with them because it's like marshmallows. So you like chocolate.
In the middle?
I don't know. Okay. I'd have to ask. But if there's no fire bans where we're going, we could do that and we could do a little s'more thing.
So far, there's just one in Golden, BC.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then we don't have a fire pit in Penticton, but...
Okay. Should we be, like, bringing firewood, or...?
No, don't do that. Because then we bring, like...
Oh, right.
No,
there's so many signs that are like, don't fucking do that. Don't bring your boat, and don't bring firewood. Okay, what's your... Don't even fucking think about bringing firewood past the border.
God, say sorry again.
What was I thinking? Fuck. I'm sorry for the 3rd time. I'm extra sorry this time.
My obsession, it's been 3 days. It's still fucking like yogurt. But I went through my Instagram story archives and I was like, oh, I want to listen to a playlist from last year. So I've been dabbling in, like, Ivory, and this is from 2 years ago, but, like, Circles by Mac Miller, like, stuff I was listening to a year ago, and I was like, bring me back. Just kidding, I don't want to be in high school again. No. Also, I was gonna say,
a year ago today, we weren't in high school.
Exactly. But it's still fresh. Looking at my story archives, when in your archives you can't see or you can't hear the song you put in the background of it.
Really?
Like, it says, like, it'll say, like, whatever song it is, but turn up your volume, it doesn't work. But then you go to a video and it works. And also,
I feel like mine do, but maybe just, like, not far.
New as of, like, today when I was looking at it. Or today and yesterday, both. It didn't work both times.
Like, for, like, recent ones or for, like, a year ago?
Both. And also, in my notifications, when it's, like, Fair and Like My Story from 2 days ago, it's not, the picture's not even there anymore. Usually you can click on it and you can watch it again. Okay, what the fuck?
The dude.
Why don't mine work?
That's from Dune.
Yo, that's upsetting. For me, anyway.
Sorry. Yeah. That song is good. That could be my obsession of the week.
That could be my obsession of the week. Also, Three Boys is just such a good song. I listened to that yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, not much has changed because it has been 3 days since you recorded the other episode,
but now we're scientific.
Yeah, now we're, like, working girls.
Now we go by our scientific names.
We went from what the fuck does that mean?
Like, you know, our
like
class
Latin
system? Yeah.
Homo.
By nomenclature, by something nomenclature.
This is your neck of the woods, Alpha.
What are we?
In the last episode, we said, why are women built to slay? And now why are women built to work?
Yeah. I'm a working girl in a wicked world.
I can't wait to change in your bathroom so I can drive home. Okay. It was not fun driving in this.
So, okay.
Forgot about that.
Don't look at my garbage. It's been overflowing for a week.
So is mine. So.
No, I'm like, I can make it till the day before we leave. I can just, like, keep pushing it down.
No, and, like, my sibling also, like, is downstairs and uses the garbage. So I'm like, that's not all mine. So, like, I don't feel responsible.
Exactly.
And I need to have people over. We're just keep talking, but I need to have people over more because, like, that's actually
motivation to clean.
Literally, and I will clean every single time. But if people don't come over, I won't until, like, the very last minute. So I'm like, I need people to come over, like, every Friday, so I clean, like, every Thursday.
It's like ADHD or something.
Yeah, I've been looking into that more.
Me too.
Again recently. Literally last night I was like,
I don't want to self-diagnose,
but it's getting
too many signs.
Too real, you know?
Just, like, the all or nothing thing is really...
Yeah.
Like, you are so obsessive or you don't do shit.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. And right now I'm in, like, a burnout where I'm like, I don't know. Or, like, yeah, thinking about my job. I'm like, it just really doesn't work for me to work at home because I can't self-motivate.
Yeah.
But also the thing about, like, how you start doing a job, you excel, and you do really good, and you pick up on things really fast.
Yeah.
But then you get burnt out, and, like, you have, like, such high expectations, and then you get burnt out, and then you're, like, so bad at it, and then you can't find motivation to do it, and then you just have to quit and then start over.
Yep.
That's exactly how I feel, and it's so annoying.
Just two girls scared to go to a doctor. It's fine.
I would love to go to a doctor. I don't have one, and I can't get
That's
one.
another thing about society. Not enough doctors.
No GPs. We know so many doctors going to school right now. But
like,
hey,
speed up that 14
literally. So yeah, when I'm 40, then I can get
exactly. So you just have to hold out until then.
And I don't want to go back to the walk-in clinic because I don't trust them. They give me meds way too fast.
Oh, true. Well, because they're not your doctor. They don't know enough about you.
I know, but don't give me medication then. That's weird.
Don't give me meds. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, I'm sorry.
See you guys. Will be a week break. just relax, sit tight.
Maybe we'll post on the Instagram if we have service or remember to.
Yeah.
And just update you on where we're at.
In the meantime, look at our Instagrams. Yes. We'll both be posting.
Definitely. Or, like, rewatch this episode, rewatch our other episodes, because you miss us so much and you need to hear our voice. But then we'll be back. We'll be recording on the road somewhere, probably. Oh.
Shit.
Oh.
But yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ow. Oh. Shit. Oh. You and I'm literally Jason Mraz.